Hey, Facebook. What a better way to spend a Saturday evening in December than reviewing new things that have happened in Richmond, new bills and so forth that have been lodged this past week. And I just couldn't resist but to talk about House Joint Resolution number 10. It's in here, and you have got to read it for yourself without me making any opinion on the facts. You've got to read House Joint Resolution number 10. Now, it's up here. You can click on the link. But essentially, Delegate Corey has proposed a resolution to make June 1st Virginia Gun Violence Awareness Day. Okay. So the delegate has decided that because there's so much gun violence that we should have a special day every year on June 1st, starting first day in 2020, and every year after that, where everybody in Virginia should wear orange in solidarity with gun violence. Okay. Now, this movement is happening in other places like Chicago and other places where people are doing this, but they want to do it here, and here's the preface of why they want to do it. Since 1968, more Americans have died from gun-related incidents in the United States than have died on the battlefields of all wars in the United States history. Okay, we'll talk about that. Whereas by one count in 2017, there were 346 mass shootings in the United States in which 4 or more people were killed or wounded by gunfire, including dozens of incidents in which guns were fired at a school. Talk about that. Whereas gun violence typically increases in the summer, okay? And then this is a fairly interesting one that tens of thousands of people in the United States are killed or injured by gunfire. So these are the premises. So let's talk about the facts. First, let's dig into the 1968 claim, because I've seen that pop up many times, and I would like to debunk that myth. So here's the reality, and I posted this, by the way, on the site, the real facts, the truth. How many people have really died in the military? It's hard to know because there's a lot of stuff going on, but somewhere around 1.4 million, okay? All the United States wars, around 1.4 million people. How many people have died by gun deaths since 1968? Maybe 1.5 million, all right? So the liberals love to say that. More people have died in gun-related incidences than on the battlefields. But here's the thing. Statistics, you can skew them any way you want. I could say that 30% of the people in this household think that I am the best-looking man on the planet. Well, there's nobody else here, so whether that's true or not is another thing. But back to the point. Of the 1.5 million that have died, less than 35% of those were from homicides. The majority of those are from suicides. Liberals love to lump in suicides into gun violence. Now, keep this in mind. The resolution is called Gun Violence Awareness Day. All right? Gun violence, meaning I use my gun to threaten or harm or kill you. Gun violence. And that's why we need to restrict guns, because people use their guns to harm other people. They love to say it, but when you really peel back the statistic, maybe we've had about 300,000 people die from homicides. And that includes all the crazy things going on in all the big cities like Chicago and LA and all that. That's a lot. I'm not saying that's not a number, but guns are illegal in Chicago. So, a lot of the gun homicides come in these urban cities where guns are already illegal. So the liberals love to use these big numbers to say, this is why we need gun reform. This is why we need to restrict weapons. This is why we need to make AR-15s illegal. Well, that fact is not true. The fact that more people have died by gun violence than soldiers on battlefields in all of the combined wars is not true. Now, if you lump in all the suicides, which come up with the majority of the deaths, then fine. But here's the thing: if somebody's going to kill themselves, they're going to kill themselves. And so maybe the gun's the most effective way, but I suspect that if somebody wants to end their life and all the guns are gone, they're probably going to find a way to kill themselves. Just thinking. All right, let's talk about the other fact. This one's interesting as well. In 2017, there were 346 mass shooting incidents in the United States in which 4 or more people were killed or wounded by gunfire, including dozens of incidents in which a gun was fired in a school. I can't find that statistic anywhere. There is something called the Mother Jones Report, and it is a very, very, very liberal-rooted report. But the Mother Jones Report, which basically indexes all of the mass shootings. I'm going to flip this around for you to see. So this is like the spreadsheet here, right? So let's just look at 2017. So right here, all right, we got November 4th. All right, we go all the way down to here, and that's it. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. That's still a lot. But 11. The bill says, the House resolution says that in 2017, there were 346 mass shootings. There's 11. That's not even close to being true. Now, maybe they meant all of them. Well, let's go back to the Mother Jones Report, and these are all of the mass shootings since 1982, and look how many there are. 117. That's the first one in 1982. They're just not true. The statistics are not true. If the Democrats want to pass laws, fine, but base them on the truth, on the facts. In 1968, more people have died from gunfire, from firearms, but the vast majority of those people are from suicides. Should that statistic be rolled into the Gun Violence Awareness Day in Virginia? I mean, it's outrageous. Had to share that with you. You have it. One other thing I want to tell you, I put the delegate's name, her name, Kay Corey. Her email is right here. I would email her and say, where'd you get these statistics from? Because there's nothing that supports those statistics. Now, we'll also give you one piece of good news. There's been some scuttle about the House and the Senate coming up with some kind of a bill. And I'm looking at my screen. That's why I'm not looking right here at the phone. But there is some scuttle here about whether it would be legal for children to go hunting with their fathers or with their parents or whoever. There seems to be some consensus that the law is not going to change on that fact. The law currently makes it allowable for a child under 12 to still go hunting with their dad or with their adult figure, and that seems to be the same case. That's House Bill 72, if you want to take a look at it. The only thing that's really changing is it makes it a felony instead of a misdemeanor if you recklessly leave a loaded firearm, an unsecured firearm, where a child under the age of 14 could get to it. So it just enhances the penalty, but it does not look like they are going for the children being able to hunt. Now, that was also Kay Corey, same delegate. So just so you know, I thought you'd like those two little things. Wow, statistics, right? Have a great night, Facebook. See you next time.